Robert McConaughey here. Hope you're all doing well. Having a few more technical difficulties today, so we're going to be switching over to doing just the Instagram Live today. This is being recorded, so I'll go ahead and post it out to the other social media sites throughout the day today. If anybody misses this, they'll be able to go back, or if there's portions that you want to go over again, you'll be able to go to those different sites such as YouTube, Facebook. We'll have this whole recording posted out there, and then you can reflect back if there's different things that you want to circle back and reread on the transcript, or if you want to re-listen to. We were out a few days. I was out on the Central Coast visiting several clients out there. It's a very successful weekend. Ended up posting up 3 deals over $3 million worth, and it just goes to show that momentum is critical. Winning is always on the move. And the great thing about it is if you can keep up with winning, the results are awesome, and it's very fun. I hope everybody's out there doing great. Special shout out to the people that are dealing with the fire issues in California. Our hearts go out to you and our thoughts and prayers, and we hope that everybody's staying safe. With that being said, we're a little behind today, so I don't want to take up too much time. I'm going to get right into the material. We're on a 6-week course right now, basically a training session here for individuals and specifically real estate individuals. And the goal of this real estate training is to allow you to learn how to be the CEO of your real estate company. Essentially, my goal is to help real estate agents make that transition from being a real estate agent over to being a real estate professional. There are actual definitions of what a real estate professional is. I urge everybody to take some time, Google it, Chat GPT it, go over and see what it actually means to be a real estate professional, how you can do that. And again, it's my goal to equip each and every one of you to get to that status. The nice thing about this as well is even though it is real estate based, a lot of the things that we talk about can be applied to businesses as well. A quick little background on myself. I've been in the real estate and business finance space for over 20 years. Been involved with over $600 million worth of transactions from finance, acquisition, sales, flipping, investing. Pretty much been there and done that in my 20-year career. During COVID, I worked with large institutions. I helped banks when they would go to acquire another bank. We'd work with a team of underwriters where we'd go through, review the portfolio, specifically real estate based, and then do either rehab for real estate or liquidation. I did this over 14 states during the 3-year span of COVID. And then started getting in the real estate investment space and then real estate representation. Currently working in California. I'm dual licensed. I'm licensed in California and Texas. And we have a full team, a full network of real estate agents all across the real estate spectrum of the United States, from California, Arizona, Florida, Texas. We've got you covered. Currently in our network, we've got 858 agents led by Lisa Copeland and supported by myself, and we're always looking to expand. I'm going to dive right into it today. Basically, the main subject that we're going to be pushing into, a quick recap of last week, was basically laying the foundation. The importance of last week that I really wanted to stress and get an urge to everybody was building those daily routines, building out your goals, knowing what your goals are, setting lofty goals, not setting comfortable, easy goals, working through the roadmap of success, knowing what your goals are, knowing why you're doing what you're doing, and building out a vision board. If anybody has questions on that, you can always reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to expand on that. But today we're going to actually pivot. We're going to move into the next section. And the section that we're going to be working through is understanding market conditions and the importance of that, specifically as a real estate professional. But again, this information can be utilized with really any business. Data is data. Market conditions are important. They're important and critical for any business. And it's critical that any leader, whether it be a business owner, a CEO, a market manager, a team leader, it's going to be critical that you know the data and the information for your specific market. Not only is it going to help you, obviously, in running your business, but you're going to be a massive asset to your client because you're going to be setting the tone that you are the professional, that you are the advisor, that you are the go-to person or individual in your space that they can lean on, that they can trust on that when you're giving them feedback, whether it's advice to proceed on the purchase of a property, to move forward in their business, to look at acquisition of assets, finance, you're going to have data, education, and information behind the advice or behind the processes that you're leading your client to, so that they can feel comfortable in dealing with you. The biggest thing is snapshots of current real estate trends. One thing that I think is critically important for any business individual as well as real estate professional is learning how to analyze market trends like inventory levels, buyer activity, any sort of data sources that are critical and pivotal to your company. Really, for me, it's one of the big things that I do daily is finding different sources of data that I trust, that provide me specific information that I'm looking for in my industry, whether it's business periodicals, Wall Street Journal. There are thousands of different information sources that we can lean on, and it's critical that you as the real estate professional, as the trusted advisor for your client, that you stay on top of the data, the information that's out there on a daily basis, so that you can be able to lead them or educate them on their decision. The thing that we want to work on is really specifically getting into the niche of our market. For real estate professional right now, the big thing is going to be knowing fluctuation in interest rate trends, what their impact is, how it's going to affect the client's affordability. If you're working with investors, how is the change in interest rates going to affect their cash flow, their cap rates, their rate of return? These are all things that we need to be working on, taking a deeper dive beyond just being somebody that opens doors for our clients to being somebody that is knowledgeable, that is a professional in our space. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is something that's going to differentiate you, set you apart from the competition. Any of us, and really in any industry, markets are saturated right now. There is a lot going on. There is a lot of people getting into real estate. There are a lot of people getting into business. What's the big thing that you can use to set yourself apart from everybody else? And then in the end, honestly, it's knowledge. And not only just knowledge, it's application of the knowledge and knowing how to understand the information and be able to communicate it to your client so that they can understand it and use it to make informed decisions. Share predictions, share information with your clients from trusted sources. Clients love to talk about the market. They love to know the market. And especially for real estate agents out there that want to get into the space of working with real estate investors, knowing data, knowing information is critical to success. One of the things that we want to be able to push towards is being able to have advice to our clients and how to navigate the market. And specifically on the buyer-seller side, it's going to be critical, number one, on the buyer side. We're going to want to be able to emphasize things like importance of being pre-approved. And not just using that as a high-level talking point, but being able to detail out to the client, what does it mean to be approved? What does it entail? Why is it going to give them the advantage? What is the process involved of being pre-approved? Now, I by no means expect anybody to be a true finance expert, but I do hope that everybody can take the time to understand the processes, make relationships with their lenders, understand what it is to be pre-approved or pre-qualified, what the difference is between the two, what the process is to each one to get those certifications or qualifications so that you can be the trusted advisor to help your client work through the process. On the seller side, optimizing listings, strategic pricing, staging, comps, going through the data, being able to understand the data of the market, being able to analyze the market so that you can have that discussion with your client. What are the sales trends looking like? What are the futures looking like for the market? What is the direction? What is the economy looking like? And how is that going to impact the client? Specifically in today's market where things are changing literally by the week. Interest rates are at a high. Could be a bad thing for some people, can be a very good thing for other people. Assets are on sale right now. Nationwide, prices are down. Huge level of opportunity for your clients. But you've got to be able to understand and be able to spot and identify that opportunity so that you can help them to make those decisions. The big thing too is working with investors. Investors are going to want to work with somebody that they know is educated, is knowledgeable, and knows what they're talking about. Especially when you're working with somebody's money and there's a bit of risk involved, they're going to want to say, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about, or gal. Be able to identify and utilize data to find properties for your investors that have large ROI potential. The only way you guys are going to be able to do that is you're going to have to learn how to underwrite investment properties. I encourage everybody, do the trainings, seek out educational sources where you can get certifications. Anything that you can do to get that knowledge base to be able to help your client is going to be critical. I'm going to take a couple minutes here. I'm going to leave it open for some questions, probably about 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more depending on what's going on. I am currently on Instagram Live, so I'll be able to see your guys' questions in real time. Does anybody have any questions for me on this topic or anything that they would like to share with anybody else? Oh, come on, you guys make it too easy for me. Again, if anybody has questions or comments or it wants to know different things that I look at on the daily basis, again, I've been involved in finance for over 22 years. I trained underwriters on the commercial space. I was involved with vineyard acquisitions. Again, it's trying to find something in your market that sets you aside from somebody else. And in the end, the number one thing that I've found that is the easiest way to differentiate yourself is finding a specialization, a niche market that you understand through and through, where you can be able to find clients within that niche market and you can sit down and you can talk to them from A to Z. If you want to get in the investment space, I highly encourage get an investment property. It's very hard to direct people on the investment space, to teach them how to be an investor if you're not an investor yourself. So those are all things. If you're not an investor and you want to get into the investor space, might kind of just encourage people, go out there and do it. Work with property management entities, build a network base of educated people that you can lean on. There's, like I say, we don't have to be masters at everything, but you do need to know enough information where you can sit down with your client and have that discussion and be able to, even if you don't know everything, have somebody that you can direct them to, but still be able to understand the process on a high level. I hope everybody enjoyed today. We're going to be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. my time, which is Central. If anybody, again, has questions along the way, please DM me, text me, email me. I do want to put out real quick that we are expanding rapidly, specifically on the California Central Coast market, as well as Central Texas. If you're a real estate agent and you'd like to take your career to the next level, if you're looking for training, support, guys, we have a phenomenal system. We work with some of the best trainers in the industry. We work with wonderful people, Lisa Copeland, Tarek El Musa, Elena Cardone, Haas Pratt. These are people that we just don't use as pictures and figureheads, but these are individuals that we work with on a close basis that offer what I think is some of the best training out there. Again, we are looking to expand. If you're an individual looking to get into those markets and you want to join us, we'd love to have you. And if you're somebody on the line here that is not in real estate and you want to get into real estate, reach out to me. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to help you get through that process. In the end, we're all in this together. Our goal is to help provide tools that allow you guys to be successful, and we want to be there with you guys along that journey. Stay safe out there. Like I always say, don't be good, don't be great. Try to be the elite. Put 125% into your day, guys, and I guarantee you that the results will come. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.